Good morning. Glad you're here.
Good morning. Good morning. How you doing? How's the
How's the volume here? Everybody set? I'm Mindy Shannon Phelps, and I'm the project coordinator for the 1997 Jimmy Carter Work Project. And I am glad you all are here, and I thank you for being here and for being a part of this effort.
What you're seeing here behind you is just the tip of the iceberg. We are building, the Jimmy Carter Blitz build this year is in 7 different locations. You've got that in your press releases, 6 in Kentucky, 1 in Tennessee. But it's a part of Hammering in the Hills, which is a total of 150 houses to be built this week, and some will be finished later this summer. But beyond that, we are in 55 cities in Kentucky, 45 cities in Tennessee, 1,366 cities across the United States, and in these other 50-plus countries around the world.
Derek, you're back. I did what I did. Let's do that.
Well, when President Nixon was in office and President Ford was in office, when I was in office, when we spent $100 for low-income housing for working families, nowadays the federal government only appropriates 7 cents. There's been a 93% reduction in the federal commitment to homes for America's working families. So the need is much greater now than it was 20 years ago, 25, 30 years ago. And these were, both Democratic and Republican administrations. This has been a great concern to me and Rosalynn. And although we know we only build a few houses every year, this 52 houses is not all that much. If you take in the whole state of Kentucky and West Virginia and Virginia and northern Tennessee, but it inspires people to be willing to work, and it also arouses interest among political leaders. We had Speaker of the House Newt Gingrich here working side by side with us Monday. The First Lady Hillary Clinton was here yesterday. We've had the incumbent governor and his wife working on our site. The previous governor's wife was here, the governor's wife of Oklahoma, the governor's wife of Virginia. And I think that when we do things like this, it acquaints not only the average citizens about the need for better housing, but it also teaches the politicians and their families that this is a very important priority for America.
Oh, we got 50 pounds of nails.
When I left the White House, all the presidents from George Washington through me had accumulated a debt of less than $1 trillion. When Ronald Reagan went out of office 8 years later, the debt was $4 trillion. He quadrupled it in just 8 years. And this means that our federal government is so far in debt that there's not any flexibility now to build homes. But I think what that does is deprive working families of a chance to own their own homes or to rent a decent house. In addition to that, there's been a much disturbing inclination on the part of many people in politics to say that a family that's not earning much wages in a month is somehow inferior, and that these families who happen to be poor, as more than half of the families are in eastern Kentucky and northern Tennessee in the Appalachian region, that they somehow are not as intelligent as we are, not as hardworking as we are, not as ambitious as we are. That's all foolishness, because we work side by side with these families and we see that they're dedicated, hardworking, ambitious, have great family ties.
Actually, about probably half
America's corporations, who are often looked upon as selfish and just interested in profit, have been very generous to Habitat. In fact, in these 52 homes that we've just built here in eastern Kentucky and in northern Tennessee, the average corporation gift has been over $10,000 per house. That's free wallboard, roofing, plumbing fixtures, and so forth that these corporations have made available to Habitat. So the whole thing gathers momentum. And every time somebody works in Habitat, they want to help a little bit more next year. That's why the growth is going to continue.
First, we want to get right to work and hear about the Pikeville site. So take it away, Lyle.
Great. Well, we are excited about being here. This, of course, is a significant moment in history for Habitat for Humanity to be able to tie these sites together and be able to share with each other what's happening. We're expecting President and Rosalynn Carter to arrive any minute, and when they do, we're going to yield our seats to them. But in typical style, President Carter would not leave the work site until the felt was on his house. Is that right, David?
Actually, the felt was on every house.
All right.
Yeah.
And we just have recently had another very special guest join us. President Jimmy Carter is sitting next to me. Welcome, sir.
Thank you.
Glad to have you here. Very glad.
And look forward, weather permitting, to seeing everybody tomorrow.
Would you like to give a brief report of your experience today to the folks out there?
Well, I've visited all of the 10 homes that we're building in Pikeville, and they're all going to get their roof on tonight and the tar paper so that we can seal in the home and be ready to put on wallboard tomorrow. I think everybody probably knows if you don't get the tar paper on the roof and seal the house in Monday night, you have a hard time finishing Friday. So everybody is there.
Those are words from an experienced builder. So what we're going to do now is go to our Phelps site, and so all of you will have an opportunity to speak with Gusty Newquist and the folks that she has with her there who are part of the groundbreaking. Gusty, how are you?
We're doing great over here in Phelps. Thanks for having us. Good evening, President Carter and all the people over in Pikeville.
Hello.
I guess I'll just start by saying that everything in Phelps is going better than we ever could have expected. We're doing our 4 separate sites, and they all, I believe at this point, are under roof and ready to go for tomorrow. I think we have some elf crews out tonight, but most of the work is done. So I guess we just wanted to say thank you to all of the folks on the volunteer work camps who have been here before. We've hosted 8 work camps throughout the year, and they've gotten us ready for the Carter Project. And without their help, we never could have done it. So thanks to the Myers and all of the volunteers who came for Collegiate Challenge and from the Elder Hostel program. So thanks, Gussie. We're going to move on to Leslie, and we'll hear from you again tomorrow night. Thank you so much.
The 3 people that I have here with me tonight are our 3 homeowners. We're building 3 houses here at Daniel Boone Habitat.
Yes. How long have you known that you were going to have a Habitat house?
About 4 months now.
4 months?
4 or 5 months.
And have you been working on the house before we got here?
Yes, every day. Yes.
Every day?
I've even before, when we found out where the site was going to be at, each one of us has went to the site and had our kids on the site and knew where our house was going to be. We took the floor plans and visited the site, and we knew where each board was going to be even before the house started. It was like we could already see it.
That's great.
All 3 of these homeowners have been exceptional in their participation in getting in their sweat equity, and just the enthusiasm of the homeowners makes it a real rewarding thing for the rest of us.
When I come there Wednesday, I'm sure you'll have all the wallboard up and be right on schedule. Because if we can't get the tar paper on tonight and the wallboard in tomorrow, there's no way to finish on Friday. But I have great appreciation for the good reports that you all have given. It seems that you're right on schedule, and look forward to seeing you if the weather permits.
We are certainly planning to be on schedule, and we'll do what it takes to make it happen. What we'd like to show you now is a video that we've taken today, just to give you a little bit of idea what our site looks like and some of the people that are working there.
I'm going to try it this morning.
The bus couldn't make it up the hill. There's no place to turn around, so everybody had to walk up. This house which you see here is one being sponsored by the United Methodist Church, the Kentucky Conference United Methodist Church. The bishop brought his entire cabinet to work on the house. Another one of our homes is being sponsored by the Kentucky Baptist Convention and one by the Fannie Mae Foundation. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Very good. Great.
Let's go to Lee now and see how things are going there. Jimmy, are you there?
Yes, Janet, we're here. I have with me tonight Kurt Davis, who's 2 seats to my right. I have Herman Newton, our executive director. Behind Herman and Kurt are 2 volunteers from Montana, Julie and Adele, who've been great help today.
Well, most of us have almost everything we need: a good house, or education, good health care, job, or the prospect of a job. And we forget that there are other Americans who are just as intelligent and hardworking, just as ambitious, have family values as good as ours, who don't have all these advantages. Habitat is not a charity organization. We don't give away anything except companionship and partnership and love, I would say. The homeowners have to put in about 500 hours of hard work on their own house or their neighbor's house. They have to pay full price for the house. The Bible says you don't charge interest to a poor family, so we don't charge any interest, which makes their monthly payments good. But I think that all of the volunteers who come to Habitat projects, in this Hammering in the Hills project this year, we've got about 3,100 volunteers. I guarantee you that all of them will go back home and say that was a glorious experience. It's one of the nicest things that ever happened to me. So anyone who wants to have an exciting, challenging, unpredictable, adventurous, and gratifying experience ought to join in with Habitat.